And on that note, we can slowly begin. So, good evening, afternoon, or whatever time of the day it is in your part of the world, and tonight we are going back to Shadowrun Hong Kong Extended Edition with the custom campaign Caldecott Caper. Let me just start up the game and we'll continue where we left off. Everything is set. Everything is set. We acquired the train, we acquired the distraction, we acquired or in the process of acquiring security codes. And after that, we can actually get to the robbery part. I'm sure there will be a twist prepared for us at that point, but we'll see how the situation develops from that point on. Now then, let's see where we were. If I recall correctly, we have stopped at the point where we needed to either go loud with a couple of guards or try to sneak onto the next floor. Most likely we're just going to sneak past them because there is no need to raise any alarms just yet. But let's double check. There we go. There's the guard. There's gotta be a couple more of them around here, so I am in no rush to get to any of them, truth be told. Therefore, I think we can continue on our way up. But, well, we do have a save right here, so just in case, let's see what we can do against this guard and this hellhound that is definitely going to not cause us any more trouble than needed. Halt! State your purpose. I'm working on late in some projects. Proceed. Well, that was easy. Oh, they also had a turret over there. Another mage here. State your purpose. Working late on some projects. That doesn't add up. Intruder! Intruder! There we go. That trick only worked once. There's another one. Oh, they got my drone. It looks like I'm gonna be up on the chopping block next. I do have a gold trauma kit, but let's see if we can take them on right now. Like that, and another one. Now, sorry about your drone, Pepsi, but it had to be done. Don't worry. We'll fix him up after this one. What do we have? Yep, Steel Lynx Mark II. They got our, what was it? Autodoc. That, I believe, was its name. So I suppose we're just gonna lay down some law the old-fashioned style. Too early for the bear totem for now. So let's just go for blur on Sable. Let's see where that goes. Continue laying into the mage. Unfortunate. Come on now, Sable, get it together. Like that. That's what I want to see. That, of course, I did not want to see. honestly, which decide to play the ad. It ways be inscrutable like that sometimes. I'm gonna be up in a second. Oh, that's a nasty flashbang. Maybe I should retaliate with a flashbang of my own. Or a little later. Come on now. Oh, there's the damage. Come on, me. You can do better than that. We all can stand to do a little better than that. They have 3 AP. If you do, I'm gonna be a little disappointed. But I gotta cut you down. Sooner or later. Do keep an eye out for when these ads are scheduled to play. Once you start having more people on stream, it's a good idea to take a break when those play. Yeah, naturally. That's what I'm gonna keep in mind as well. Can I get you with a headshot? I can, but it's not like it's gonna be much of a difference. Still, like that, we got this. One more strike. Okay, 2 more strikes is all I need. There we go. The mage goes down. Next we're gonna deal with that asshole and the second turret. Anything else we can throw on? I suppose some cram. Start laying into that turret. One A. 1A. Alright. You stay over there. I'll get you, bitch. I'll get ya. Kinda like that. Another one. And one more. Sayonara, sucker. Not sure this encounter was worth it, but let's have a look around in case we missed anything. Oh, of course there's another turret. Well, gotta deal with that one. Come on, that was a 99% chance and you still missed. Sable. There we go. Much better now. Get in there. Get your drone up and running. And the drone. Come on. It's 99% chance. If you miss one more time, I'm gonna be really disappointed with you. You know how it is. We all know how it is. I was going to take a grizzly bear totem. That's not what I wanted to do. Like so. And that was not the plan as well. Fine. We'll see if the situation becomes irrecoverable. We're just going to roll back the save. But first of all, what do we have? Shutdown trials. Clinical trials aborted. We'll resume at 0600 tomorrow. Surely this is gonna do something on the next floor. And before we do that, one final check. Don't think there's anything else over here. Highly unfortunate. Not even here. Well, time to go up. Oh, another turret. I see. Now that's some good cover. Omnidirectional, I'd even say. Sable, can you mark that turret for us? Nope, line of sight blocked. In that case, I'm gonna need you to continue moving ahead. Same with you, Percy. Can't believe I called you Pepsi. I'm not that starving for a drink. Maybe tomorrow. No shots. No shots. Alright, you can mark the target now. Wonderful. Let's see if we can do some damage. And one more. Okay, that's the first turret we've dealt with. Let's see if there are any else. Does not look like it just yet. Here's where we need to go. Everything else seems to be locked down so far. Right? Of course I walk into a turret. But I believe we'll be able to address this accordingly. Target head, whatever its head is, but it's good damage. One more. One more. Knock knock. Open up the door. And there it is. 5-finger discount. How would you describe your mood in this moment? Curious. Ah, I see. Sable scribbles a few words in a small old-fashioned pocket notebook. What are you doing? Oh, did I neglect to mention this before? I keep a journal and I thought it would be interesting to record your actions and attitudes over the course of our journey together. You're at the start of a very interesting story and I'd like to see how it evolves. Far too many accounts of great events are entirely focused on the who and the what. Decisions made, persons killed. I'm much more interested in the how and the why. The reasoning behind your decisions and the motivations that drive you. Are you taking notes on a criminal conspiracy? When you put it that way, it does sound like a poor decision, doesn't it? You needn't be concerned, though. I use a shorthand for all of our dealings, so even if this notebook were to fall into enemy hands, they wouldn't be able to make sense of it. Foxtrot felt alert while pursuing oranges at the greengrocer, for example. You aren't going to publish that, are you? I hadn't even considered the possibility. It's intended for my own edification, to keep track of our experiences together so I can reflect on it later after the excitement has ended and draw what conclusions I can from the mission. Okay, fine. You're as generous as you are wise, dear leader. If I may make a suggestion, you might consider keeping a journal of your own. With the exciting life you lead, you'll doubtless have ample material for some fascinating memoirs. That's a good idea. I'll consider starting one. Wonderful. I hope the experience is as enlightening for you as it has been for me. I'll take care of this later. After you. No. This one is entirely on you. But first, grab that cred stick. Some more 1,000 new yen. And Sable, you're up. Let's see if we can get ourselves into some more trouble here. Yep, starting out strong with a welcoming committee. Summon the bruiser. And hit that one with erosion. One more. There we go. System trace is never fun if you ask me. But hey, such is our lot in work. Au revoir. Into the portal we go. Where we'll end up, we somewhat know. But will there be more welcoming committees? There will definitely be more puzzles. First of all, let's hack into the camera feed. A little adjustment, and we can start. What have we here? Rerouting camera feeds. Very nice. Now nobody's gonna sneak up on us while we're out there. First of all, of course, another welcoming committee. Itty bitty welcoming committee, as they say. And summon a bruiser to keep us company. Yeah, there is another one. And only one, it seems, left. Two, excuse me. Should be able to deal with you nonetheless. A 6% chance, but it should be good enough. You knock that off. Turret targeting system, that would have come in handy on the previous floor. Gotta keep that in mind. Still, let's take advantage of that as well. Updating threat algorithm. They do want to keep us company, it seems. How nice of them. Otherwise, this would have gone boring very fast. And might as well heal myself up. Off you go to cause more trouble. Is trouble brewing? The answer is naturally yes. One more shot is all I need. What do we have up next, I wonder? No need to wonder. It's of course another welcoming committee. 4 of them. Okay, here. Bruiser back on the field. Start laying into this one. And Killjoy on that one. Ah, a pay data. That's what we are going to be getting out of this one. Very nice. One more. And a 1. And a 2. That cover is not doing me any favors, but what can we do about it? Nothing much. We're just gonna need to be quick. Not just pay data, but also train protocols. That's what we're here for after all. I think I'm getting better at noticing patterns when it comes to that. Pay data, purchase invoices. Very good. And finally, train protocols. Precisely what we came here for. Show me the second one. Yep. Very nice. And finally, train protocols. Got what we came here for. Let's get out of here. And hopefully we won't run into any more welcoming committees out here. Looks like we won't. Good thing they decided not to throw one final curveball at our way out. But they do have another welcoming committee on its way to us. I suppose this is the point where we need to beat our retreat. Can we make them chase us? We can certainly try to do that. Now, if we were to give them a run around the corner, that would be even more fun. Considering they're not at the range to engage us just yet, with the exception of this sniper. Still, if we gotta move, we gotta move. Pretty sure that door was locked anyway, last time we checked. Or maybe it wasn't and I was being a forgetful as per usual. But let's see about that. Yep, come on, work your muscles, run after me. You won't get to me in time anyway. But the sniper is being a bit of a smartass and trying to flank us. Yeah, looks like we're just going back to the way we came from in the elevator. Makes sense, even if I'd rather take another approach. On the second hand, now that we've got them all stretched out like that, maybe we can take them on piecemeal, provided they won't send any more reinforcements our way. Because that is a very tempting target I am looking at right now. Can we give you a nerve strike? Does not look like it. We're just gonna have to run up to you and see to it that we get you. And when we do get you, I say when we do get you, your comm buzzes with an incoming call. Someone back at the base is contacting you. Uh-oh, looks like you've let up Shiawase security with your antics. They're sending a high firepower response team to your site. Whatever you do, don't go out the front door. I'll try calling in some fake distress signals to try and buy you some time. Head down to the basement and exit through the Muni metro tunnels. With luck, you'll clear the perimeter before they catch on. Thanks, Cora. You're the best. Come on, one more. There we go. That's what I wanted to see. Huh, looks like a grenadier. Or possibly just a shotgunner. In any case, I've got just what we need to get rid of them. This being a Cavalier Volte grenade over there. Wonderful. Superb, even. However, we now need to catch up with the rest of the squad to them, which puts us at a bit of a disadvantage. Not great, not terrible, all things considered. However, if we play our cards right, it should be good. Sniper? No sniping. The sleepy head's gotta go, though. Definitely. Even if it takes this long for us to get rid of them. Let's armor up us. And apply blur to Sable. Now let's see. Target leg. Fine. Target head. There we go. Much better. The sniper still being inconclusive in that regard. I suppose he wants to lure us out to deal with us on his own conditions. However, I don't think that's gonna happen to you, pal. Yeah, looks like I'm not that great with ranged weapons either. I seriously gotta invest more into my combat skills. Otherwise, I'll be left behind. Can you come a little closer? I think you can. No, I'm not getting you with that 0%. Come on outside, we won't jump you. Promise. There we go, that's what I wanted to see. Oh, mark target. And now we can hopefully deal with you a little easier. There we go. What, there's more? Or do they expect us to still go that other way around and someone else will be waiting for us out there? Let me double check. Was the door locked? No, there was no door in the first place. I was just seeing things. Or maybe I was thinking of a different door. Yeah, looks like they will be sending a high threat response team after us, so we gotta move. Oh, shit, I did forget about the rigger. But if they are content with standing in that corner and waiting for us to pass, props to them. No need to get yourself killed over that matter, right? Uh-huh. That's a good rigger. Just stay over there. And do not cause trouble for all of us. Thank you. And thanking you around once again for dispatching of that bot brutally and efficiently. This naturally stretches out for longer than it should be on account of this still being technically a combat situation. But hey, on the bright side, we are not getting shot at. Yet. Or rather, no more. That would be the correct response, I'm thinking. Everyone is keeping up so far. And no one is out there shooting at us for now. Let's keep it that way for as long as possible. No, I didn't think the situation is that grim just yet. If you're caught on as to what I was murmuring, which song that is, then congratulations, you have a good taste in anime. Maybe one day when my PC is strong enough, or there will be no further obstacles, we'll get to that one too. Everyone ready? Almost. Just gonna need Percy to catch up. And Rafik, you can call the elevator. Out we go. Right back to where we actually would have ended up. So us cleaning up that floor was a decent idea, I'd say. Now let's just say, theoretically, we won't get jumped on the ground floor. There is of course a welcoming committee, and that's precisely where we need to go through. At least everyone has cleared out by now. So we can just start making our way there. Will they come? No, looks like they are expecting us to come. We may have to oblige them, but we're gonna be smart about it. And by smart, I mean we're gonna be sticking to cover and letting them peek out of theirs. Yeah, kinda like that. Heh. Congratulations on losing control of the first spirit you've just summoned. Now, if I were to throw, 37% chance, do we miss? No, it lands about as where I was expecting it. For now, we're gonna be dealing with this card. And that is all she wrote. Well, not yet. We'll, however, need to be a bit more careful with lining up our shots. Especially when it comes to shotguns. Good shot over there, though. Very good shot, Rafik. I am proud of you. Ooh, that is not too good. We're gonna need to heal you up stat. Oh, you're a bit busy. That's what we have this premium medkit for. Pays to be prepared. One more. One more is all we need. There we go. Now we can fully devote our attention to this Buster Clock. But of course, they all choose to prioritize us over the rampant spirit. Fine. You want it to be that way? We're doing it that way. At least the spirit is gonna give you a lot of trouble. I guarantee you that much. As for us, we gotta be a bit more careful. That's also what I want to see. Precisely that. Now, Pepsi, can you take a pot shot at this one? It was a decent pot shot, but that was exactly that, a pot shot. Now, why am I getting a deja vu from this setup? I'm getting a feeling of deja vu because this is exactly where we started this campaign in the first place. No wonder. Only I'm fairly certain there were less guards and they were not as annoying. But such is life. Also, you are getting marked too for being supremely annoying. And I'm getting to you in a second. How about a headshot? And no healing. What did I just say to you? No healing. You are getting your ass beat. Like a bongo drum. One more. And now let's get out of here. Let's just hope nobody is waiting for us behind that door. Okay? Sounds good? Sounds good. And we are all set. As ready as we can be, at least. And there, we're making our retreat out of here. I think you can turn off your drone for now, because we do need to hurry up. Come on, Pepsi, last but alive, locks the door. As promised, the basement connects to the old Muni Metro tunnels, abandoned for many years. Colonel Saito and the other Marines had feared that opposition groups could use them as gathering places for strikes against the Imperial government. Today, the tunnels provide a helpful escape route, bypassing a swarm of Shiawase security converging towards the building on the surface. You emerge through a ventilation shaft several blocks south, then quietly make your way towards the Islais Channel. You board the hidden watercraft and sooner skimming east across the bay back towards Haverville, pondering how the new information acquired from Shiawase can best be put to use. 8 karma get. Time to actually upgrade our combat skills. Which means more willpower. And more chi casting. And we unlock Counter Strike, Martial Defense, Chi and Chi focus 2 attacks on a single target with a sword. Everyone seems to be in place, so let's speak to Cora first. I'm interested in buying paid data. There we go, purchase invoices. I always knew that the corps were in bed with Saito, but it's nice to have proof. We can probably get a nice payout of 600 new yen directly from the People's University funds to use as propaganda. We unfortunately don't have ranged combat 6 or etiquette security, so fine. That's it for now. Next, Sable. Alice, my good friend. How may I assist you on this fine day? What do you think of the other people in our crew? You certainly have a knack for attracting a diverse group of people to your side. I've greatly enjoyed getting to know them during our time together. Let's see. Rafik is certainly a dependable, uptight fellow. I can see why you two have worked together for so long. He's a reliable man, and he obviously feels very protective towards you. I can't claim he's the most exciting person I've met, but the rest of your team helps make up for that. Dorby sure is a little spitfire, isn't she? At first I thought she might be suffering from a Napoleonic complex, but she doesn't seem to be at all that resentful about her stature. She appears to just simply, confidently believe that she knows best and that everyone should follow her directions. I've never before met such a cheerful dictator. Cora is a great match for Rafik. I think they complement each other wonderfully. Her bright-eyed idealism, his solid reliability. Particularly living as they do in the intersection between Oakland and Haverville, they can each contribute immensely to their overall success in the world. And Percy, well, the two of you seem to be growing rather close. I imagine you could tell me a thing or two about her. I'll refrain from discussing her too much with you. I certainly don't want to cause any awkwardness. Speaking of with Percy about her, both brought back some vivid memories of my own seafaring days. It's been nice to chat with someone who has shared those experiences and who has also concluded that they prefer dry land over the choppiness of sea. Is there a story here? Oh, this was a brief but very eventful period of my life. After graduating from school, I had had enough of academia and wanted to experience the real world. So I signed up as a merchant seaman aboard the UCA SS Preston. 2 days after we left port, a group of officers mutinied. They executed the captain and rechristened the ship the Goddamn Hind. Hoisting the skull and crossbones, they cruised through the Hudson River and embarked on a new mission. Why did they keep you on board after the mutiny? An excellent question. Many other sailors resisted the takeover and were either executed or shoved overboard. Myself, I saw it as an opportunity. Being a passenger on board is one thing, but taking part in an unlawful seizure and embarking on a crime spree, that's far more interesting. They needed a few peons to continue operations, and saw that I did not object to their plans, so they were happy to retain my services, even promising me a share of the proceeds. What was their new mission? Piracy, pure and simple. The new captain, fancying himself Black Bert, had realized that the shrinking UCIS Navy was entirely focused on defending their interests in the Atlantic and had abandoned the inland waterways. The megacorps, meanwhile, had not yet seen the necessity of providing their own private defense for maritime investments, and so there was a rare opportunity for unchecked pillage and profit. We traveled through the Hudson and the Erie Canal, through the Great Lakes, from New York to Chicago and back. Along the way, we boarded and sacked any cargo vessels unlucky and unarmed enough to cross our path. Mostly smugglers seeking to bypass duty payments, but a few smaller corp vessels as well. It felt strange and exhilarating to see such immense wealth transferred, always in our direction. How did you contribute to their operation? At first I stuck to my swabby duties. Blackbird was a colorful character, though, and I talked him into expanding our pirate mission. Not merely thieving, but also broadcasting pirate radio from our vessel. Pirate radio is no longer as threatening as it once was, in this age when information of any kind can easily be found on the Matrix. Still, we took a certain glee in our broadcasting on radio-free Trinsula. I spun the latest thrumming, chromatic, and glitch punk tracks over 100 kilowatts, and we mixed in some messages that aren't often heard in UCIS from enemy nations like Aztlan and Tyr Taitnger. The other sailors were delighted by the thought that they were doubly piratical and enjoyed the possibility of confusion. Reports of a pirate ship being chalked up to our broadcasting activity and not our thieving. Hiding in plain sight, as it were. This is a little redundant, but did you enjoy your time there? Oh, absolutely. It was some of the most fun I've ever had. I saw large swaths of the UCIS, had a hands-on criminal experience, and picked up several useful new skills. And on a strictly personal level, I rather enjoyed the distinction of being a thrice-over pirate, adding to my earlier software exploits with classical swashbuckling adventure and a career in unlicensed broadcasting. When I try something, I like to try it thoroughly. Your voyage eventually ended, though. Yes, Blackbird got greedy. He took a ship carrying Ares prototypes. Needless to say, they were protected by trackers, and in less than an hour, an entire squadron of armed aircraft appeared to take down the ship. I fled. I won't pretend otherwise. I liked Bird, but his situation was hopeless. I watched from a distance as the goddamn hind was incinerated, slowly sinking into the slimy depths of Lake Michigan. And I did not regret that my piratical career had come to an end. I hadn't realized that you have so much hands-on experience with theft. You'll be even more helpful than I thought. I'm glad to hear that. At the time I hadn't thought of the experience as training, but in retrospect it does seem very apt. In fact, that's one of the best aspects of devoting one's life to learning. You become very adept at managing almost any kind of situation, thanks to the variety of experiences you've had. From boats to aircraft to autos to railroads, it's been a fascinating few years getting to intimately experience different modes of transport. I can see why Percy is so drawn to her vehicles. I look forward to fulfilling our experience with the train job. What do you think about Dorby's political aspirations? She certainly has been fascinating to watch. I've met few people so tenacious. It's as though she sprang into this world with her life's ambition predefined, and has single-handedly pursued her goals ever since. It does make one wonder about the purpose of power. Governmental posts no longer hold the catch they did a century ago. If you wish to exercise influence over the lives of others, a seat on the board or even a minor corp will give you more opportunities than a rank in a nation-state. And yet, the trappings of political influence have yet to be matched by the sterile, bland effect of big business. Dorby's climb to power has put me in a mind of Dunkelzahn. Tell me, are you familiar with his career? There aren't that many dragons with their own talk shows. Rumors have been swirling for some time that Big D will become involved in the politics of UCAS, perhaps even run for president one day. He received citizenship last year, and I can't imagine why he would want that if not to make a play for something bigger. Would you vote for him? He is by far the most interesting potential candidate. I'm almost tempted to support him just for the pure novelty of it. As a practical matter, I'm not entirely certain. I grew up in UCIS, but it has never felt like home to me. I suppose it would make a difference to my relatives still living out there, but I doubt I would feel any particular sense of pride should he succeed, nor any lasting disappointment if he failed. While I haven't been a resident of UCAS for some time, a decker like me will never be defeated by the ballot box. If and when that time comes, I may throw support behind him. Is he a good dragon? That begs the question. Is there such a thing as a good dragon? If it is possible, then yes, Dunkelzahn is the best of them all. I don't believe that we mortals can ever truly enter the minds of such creatures, and attempts to map our own sense of morality onto them are doomed to be fruitless. In comparison to their power and intellect, we are ants. We may be ignored or squashed or studied without them feeling even the faintest pang of sympathy. However, if Dunkelzahn's interior life must remain a mystery to us, his exterior does not. In contrast to most other dragons, he devotes his considerable economic and cultural resources in service of meta-humanity. By words and by deeds, he has been the single most significant champion of metahuman equality in UCIS and around the globe. You may ask yourself, why does he do this? Out of altruism, or boredom, or as part of some long game that he will reveal after he has us all in the palm of his paw? We may never know, but in the war between dragons, Dunkelzahn seems like our best hope. Will the events in UCAS affect us out here? I doubt they will have much direct impact. Ever since UCAS abandoned Calfree in the 30s, there have been few economic ties between these states. We share no borders, hold no allegiances. However, a Dunkelzahn candidacy could set a fascinating example for Calfree to follow. Our own great dragon Hestabai lurks in Shasta, consolidating her influence and casting her eyes abroad. Of all the dragons, she seems most similar to Dunkelzahn, and if he proves successful, I could imagine her following in his footsteps. If Hestabai desired sovereignty or Calfree, I imagine she could have it for the asking. It isn't as if the so-called leadership in Sacramento is doing anything to support us. She's already cowed Tyr to the north and would likewise give pause to Aztlan, Pueblo, and any of the other forces that view this state as a stomping ground. I see. I have to admit I've lately given a great deal of thought to returning to UCAS and supporting Dunkelzahn. I've spent ample time among criminals and corporations, but getting to know dragons in the halls of power, well, it is a very tempting idea. I don't know what I would do with that experience. I have absolutely no interest in following our dear Dorby's path and taking any power for myself. But this may be a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to witness history being made as a dragon ascends to become head of state. You should follow your dreams. Head back home and experience life on the inside of any potential campaign. I see that your thoughts parallel my own. I would surely find UCIS different than when I left it. It is not a solved problem, and I may yet learn more about its contents as it approaches another tumultuous time. I will continue to reflect on this. While it does not impact our present venture, I will enjoy the anticipation of deciding what will come next of my journey. I just don't have the heart to tell him that Dunkelzahn will be assassinated shortly after winning the elections. Now, Percy, what do you have to say? Thanks for coming back to me in one piece. Mwah. That lavender scent again. Less engine grease, too. Percy has obviously been waiting for your return, and her mouth eagerly opens to yours as you briefly melt together. Your nostrils flare as you breathe deeply, senses firing, pulse rising. Percy grips you tightly, then leans back and looks at you frankly. Hey, lover, you know what would make this perfect? Some gauze, a jar of blueberry jam, 3 trained geese. I heard this totally sick track a while back. Pyramid Panic. I think DJ Omphalos mixed it one for her clients. Haven't been able to get it out of my mind, but I also can't find a clean copy. A few encrypted bootlegs have been floating around. Noted. Hopefully there will be no more bots indeed. Someone in this hole must be able to hook this up with a copy. Let's go look for it. I want to think of us whenever I listen to it. We will. We absolutely will. But first, let's speak to Rafik. Great work back there, champ. I can always count on you to bring it in. Thanks, and take care. Now I wonder where that musical track could be. Maybe we can ask around. Croin? I hope that you don't mind my prying, but I can't help but notice that you and your friends have been pretty busy lately. Moving in and out of Haverville at odd hours, bringing in unusual equipment, stuff like that. Is there anything going on that I should know about? I might be able to toss some support your way. At a minimum, I can help put the other dwarves' minds at ease. Let's be half honest. We're planning a train job. It doesn't put Haverville at risk. Ah, that explains a lot. Interesting. Very interesting. I assume you'll have some cargo to unload after finishing your job. If you don't already have a fence lined up to dispose of the goods, I'll be happy to help liquidate them for you for a very modest fee. And here, take these medical supplies. Hopefully they will bring you back in one piece with whatever you're looking for. But let's ask the important question first. What's your opinion on the Haverville Protection Front? I'm proud to call myself a member of the HPF. I've been very concerned with the changes in Haverville lately, and I look upon it as a matter of civic duty to leave a strong Haverville to the next generation. The HPF is founded on three core principles: integrity in leadership, protection of the homeland, and celebrating dwarf culture. I really don't understand how anyone could be opposed to it. What problems have you had with the leadership? They've grown too complacent, too accommodating. Our leaders should be focused inward on making Haverville the best home it can be. Instead, they've been developing ties with the outside world, accepting favors and special access from other factions and organizations. We, the people, need to send them a loud and clear message. They work for us, not for outsiders, and shouldn't be fraternizing with those who want to change our way of life. Oh, you silly isolationists. When the world comes knocking, it will not concern itself with what you want. What threats does Haverville face? Everything. Saito, Tyr, the MPA, October 25th Alliance, anyone who doesn't share our values will try to change us, and they can't change us without destroying us. We built this place with our own hands, dug it out of rock with sweat and toil and heavy machinery, and now everyone else wants a piece of it. Every day more orcs arrive, more outsiders, acting like they've entitled to live and work alongside us. They'd love to have the city for themselves, to kick us all out and turn Haverville into just another slum. Everything is okay in here, hopefully on your end too. Can you describe dwarf culture to me? Most of us grow up with the outside world, so we enjoy and create the same kinds of music and tridios and such as the rest of you. But things are a little different down here. We're proud of digging our narrow tunnels, which only dwarves can go through. We like taking advantage of natural darkness. Our dwarven eyesight can see just fine, but the lack of light baffles humans. It's our differences that make us distinct. We want to be proud of our differences, not looked down upon for being short, but celebrated for the ways in which we're superior to the other metatypes. The best way we can do that is to surround ourselves with other dwarves and remind ourselves of our unique advantages. So, why are you opposed to non-dwarf metatypes? Absolutely not. That's a slur that keeps on getting thrown at the HPF, and I'm sick of hearing it. We aren't opposed to orcs or trolls or elves or anyone else. We just think that there is an entire world out there. 150 million square kilometers on planet Earth and just 300 kilometers of tunnels in Haverville. Why do they have to come here? Everything's fine when they stay in their homes and we stay in ours. We deserve to have a place for ourselves. What about the HPF members who attacked those orcs? That's just a trumped-up story told by people trying to discredit our organization. HPF is about making Haverville a good home for dwarves, not some anti-Trog organization like our enemies say. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if it turns out that this whole incident was some sort of false flag operation. Some sleeper agents from Saito who manufactured this entire thing to gain sympathy for their side and discredit us. Assuming it happened at all. I was there. I saw people calling themselves HPF members attacking orcs. So you claim, but I've heard otherwise from other dwarves. People who I'm more inclined to trust than some stranger who wandered into our town and started murdering people. But what am I saying? I suppose that one should never discuss politics with one's customers. It's bad for business after all. I do hope that you will keep an open mind, though. That's all I wanted to ask. Goodbye. Thank you for the medkit, though, and for trauma kit. Oh, you're back. What do you need? Is anything fun happening around here? No, this whole scene is so lame. Even this is getting boring. I was thinking of throwing together a concert, some sort of huge house party or rave type thing. Have people pay what they want, hear some great new tunes, and dance until sunrise. Are you interested in helping out? It won't make you any money, heck, you'll end up subsidizing it, but it will be a great experience, and should you win, even more friends among Haverville's youths. I can make some time for this. Cool. So at the moment I have nothing. For this to work, we'll need a venue. A nice big space, easily accessible by orcs and trolls, but someplace indoors where Saito's marines won't be able to see folks gathering. We'll also need some good performers and equipment for them to play. Any genre at all would be good. Chromatic metal, coarse cut, glitch punk, toxic house, whatever. Cali has most of the local talent locked up in exclusive contracts with Antumbra Enterprises, so you'll need to find people who are talented enough to play but not well known enough to have gotten called over to Eclipse. So indie musicians then. And finally we'll need money. Lots of money. 700 new yen should do it. That will cover compensating the musicians, bringing in food and drink, hiring staff, and any protection money we need to pay to local gangs. Thanks for doing this. A lot of work to set up, but you'll be making a lot of people very happy. You don't seem very enthusiastic. How did you end up as a merchant? It was supposed to be all about the music, man. I really dig the up-and-coming sounds like thrumming and toxic house. You probably haven't heard of them. They're still pretty underground. I got a gig tending bar at a club in Tumbra back in Seattle. Easy work, free shows, plus I could make some money on the side by dealing it under the table. But then things blew up with Callie and the music scene in Seattle started sucking, so I had to get out of there. Callie needed folks to help with her little insurgency project, and I needed a change in scene, so I agreed to help move some goods in Reading. And now I'm stuck with it, and it sucks. I need to show up on time, file paperwork, deal with New Yen all day long. I haven't been able to a live show in months. Why not quit? I would love to, except I don't work for anyone. Somewhere along the line I became my own boss, which sounds great, except you can't get away from yourself when you're sick of how awful work is. Don't get me wrong, I do fantasize about burning this whole kiosk down and just walking away to find something new. Maybe I will, one day. Why did you leave Reading? Man, Reading used to be so cool. In the early days it was just me, a handful of merchants, and some ex-Shadowrunners. Ever since Hestabai showed up, though, it's gotten way too popular. All the posers started arriving, acting like they're so great and original for following the dragon. Here's a newsflash. When like 1 million people have made a pilgrimage before, you're not special for doing the same thing. Plus there was this bummer situation with cyberware. I took a correspondence class in implants and, wasn't very good. Word got around and it started to look like the villagers were sharpening their pitchforks. I figured it was a good time to clear out. But here's a good question. How have things gotten any better than in Haverville since I moved in? I am way too busy, but other than that, yeah, it's alright. Haverville is pretty cool. Lots of dwarves here, but it's still pretty underground. In more way than one. I enjoy the whole low light thing. I don't think that's been done in many places before. Neat architecture too. Lots of creative, independent craftsmanship on display, not the sort of stuff that gets mass-produced and churned out by the corporate constitution complex. I am getting a little worried about all the newcomers though. Not that I'm opposed to orcs or trolls or anything. I'm just worried that too many people are finding out about Haverville, so more people will start arriving and will ruin its special character. Sounds rough. Tell me about it. So, anything interesting from Reading lately? Stuff seems pretty calm there. The California Rangers are keeping the Tier 5 clean and clear of trouble, and Tier gives the area a wide berth thanks to the Treaty of Shasta. Calm is boring though. It's nice for people who want to retire and catch up on their crochet, but dwarves like me or runners like you require more simulation. Yeah, we are gentrifying their dwarf enclave. Or rather, diversifying it, enriching it with orc culture. So Dorby, how's it going? Hey, 5-finger discount. I hate to do this to you, but I have some bad news. I'll be blunt. I'm pulling out of the job. Those HPFers are making my life miserable again. Ever since I won the election, they've been whispering about me fraternizing with the orcs, hinting that I'm not a true dwarf, that I'm just a stooge for Saito, typical crap like that. Now, I've learned that they're circulating a petition for a recall vote, which is absolutely absurd. I barely even begun to govern. I can win the election, of course, but I can't take it for granted. I can't afford to vacate my office here and go traipsing around the rail line with you and your merry band of miscreants. My opponents will come up with all sorts of ludicrous accusations against me, and I need to be here to beat them down before any have a chance to stick. Anyway, I just wanted you to know. So what am I supposed to do? Hey, I have always been very clear about my situation. I crave power, and right now, Haverville is the real deal. With this election in the bag, I'll hold actual authority and will be able to direct the future. Your job is just an indirect means for me to get that authority. Why take the detour when I can head straight to the destination? I keep thinking back to the Tirtanger War. I came out of it all right, but it could have gone so much better for me. If I had been the one to take charge, if I had led the resistance, then I would be the hero of Shasta Dam. I'd be ruling over Reading, controlling a vital access point between Calfree, Hestabai, and Tirtanger, casting my influence over the entire region. Instead, I screwed up, I ended up following someone else, so some Shadowrunner got all the glory, all the praise, all the leverage. I got a pat on the head, an Ada girl, and bupkis. I won't let that happen again. I have a shot at sovereignty in my own name, and I need to secure this for myself. I don't want to follow someone else and lose this chance to come out on top. If you help me on this job, you'll be able to help your election here. Oh! Now there's an interesting suggestion. I've been thinking of you as a liability, but if you and the rest of the team actually helped me win this thing... Yeah, that could definitely work. Sable could help run my Matrix campaign, Percy definitely has enough energy to make signs or whatever I need, and Cora has really close ties to the dwarves here. And of course, you're oddly talented at convincing people to do what you say. You're not a local here, but you're one of the few outsiders who might be able to talk sense into the more irascible dwarves. You'll have my support. I may be a bit distracted by everything going on back in Haverville, but while I'm on the job, I'll devote all of my talent and abilities to seeing you succeed. I'm glad you came around. What can I say? You made a good point. This was always about getting me ahead, and now that I see the advantage it provides me, I'll gladly continue on the course. Tick-tock, it's nearly showtime. Glad to get us all squared away. Bye-bye. A power monger through and through. Now let's see if we can find that music for our special moments. If it's gotta be somewhere, it's gotta be in the club, first of all. Yo DJ, turn it up! The DJ nods as you approach. Do you know where I can find a track called Pyramid Panic? It'll be hard. Original pressings have become rarities and Mitsuhama has been clamping down on unauthorized distributions. You might want to check in with Horatio the tech merchant. I know he has some connections to Entumber Enterprises. He may be able to hook you up. Thanks for that. Next up, I'm looking for some musicians to play in an upcoming show. Awesome! My residency here at this has been fun, but it'll be nice to get out of this hole and see the sky again. Moving all of my gear is gonna be a pain though, I'll tell you what. Front me 300 new yen to hire some roadies and I'll headline your gig. Once I'm on board, I'm sure plenty of other performers will follow. Come on, asking for an advance to a block party? That's hella lame. Play your soul out and you'll more than make it up for it on the back end. Cool, sounds like a plan. I'll work out the details with your organizer. Hope to see you at the gig. But DJ, I'm the organizer. Remember, you cannot fix her. And you probably will make her worse. And she'll dump you as a low-value individual. I hear you might be able to locate the Pyramid Panic track. He looks at you with some surprise, mixed with a grudging respect. I have to admit, I didn't think you were hip enough to be into that music. Only a few people even know that song exists. I happen to have an original pressing. It's far too valuable to sell for money, though. I'm sure I can find something to trade. No, look, music is the most important thing there is. If I let that track out of my hands, I'll lose an irreplaceable icon of music history. Music is meant to move people. You'll be making music of your own by spreading this beat around. Wow, that's really poetic of you. I'd still rather be recording my own music. But I shouldn't be holding back anyone else's. Tunes are meant to be free. He busies himself behind the register, then abruptly slaps himself in the head. Of course! I left it in the mobile karaoke unit I sold to your friend Cora. Yeesh, where is my mind? Oh, let's jump back into our apartment then for a quick checkup. Let's hope she hasn't thrown the disc away yet. Cora! No, nothing yet. Oh, where is that thing? It's gotta be in here somewhere, right? Ah, there it is. Period panic. At last, you found the encrypted music deck, period panic emblazoned on the top. As your fingers close around it, the lights suddenly switch off and the door slams shut. You feel strong arms seize you from behind. Percy's arms. Even without hearing a word or seeing anything, you instantly recognize the purposeful, strong, surprisingly graceful grasp. Her breasts press into your back as she grips you more tightly. She has your arms pinned by your side. Leaning over your shoulder, she softly kisses your cheek, then slowly traces her tongue along the rim of your ear. Glad you made it. Her voice is husky, eager, confident. I was afraid I'd never get started without you. I'd need to get started without you. Percy lifts the deck out of your unresisting hands. You hear a click as she connects it to her own console unit. Instantly, this tiny room begins reverberating with the deep, satisfying bass beats of DJ Omphalos. Come on, dance with me. Here, in the dark. The initial awkwardness drifts away as you surrender to the beat. It moves you and Percy, both slaves to its insistent rhythmic demands. One moment you are tightly clutching one another, the next holding on by fingertips, each proposing and responding to the moves of your partner. The tempo intensifies. Matching its steps grows increasingly difficult. You plant your feet on the floor and pull Percy toward you. Her mouth finds yours in the dark. And then comes the drop. As though freed from paralysis, your bodies resume movement, now in deep sync with one another. Percy, the world, this music, it all flows together. All streams flow into the sea. Tangled together, you follow gravity's pull, finding the place you were meant to be, the place you belong. Her lips are moist and welcoming. Wordless, in the dark, you both continue your dance, intimately focused on your mutual pleasure. All distractions have been swept away. There is nothing else to think about, nothing else that matters, nothing but this person before you, another soul greeting your own. Shivering with delight, she pulls you tighter, fingers gripping the back of your head. Melting, you welcome this moment of ecstasy. The track ends. Fortunately, a remix follows. And then another. Taking it easier, you exchange affection, growing increasingly confident and attuned to one another's movements. Eventually, you realize that your eyes have gradually adjusted to the low light. You can see Percy's face hovering above your own. She's smiling. You think she's been smiling for a while. It's a good look on her. Hey. Hey, you. She sighs contentedly as the last track fades into silence. That was good. Real good. It's nice to make memories, right? They last. When we're on the job, I'll be thinking of this. Thinking of you. When I hear that song again. Well, might need to be careful not to listen to it while I'm working, or I might get distracted. Anyways, things will be crazy for the next day or two. Just wanted to grab this time while we still could. I'm glad we did. Percy raises a finger to her lips, casting a faint smile down towards you. Hold that thought. We need something to talk about after you get back. Until next time, lover. I think we did. First, though, no need to grab anything else, but I will grab the Cavalier Frag Grenade, the Voltaic Grenade, and I'm thinking another medkit. Yeah, I'm thinking we're gonna be walking around like this for a bit. Or maybe it'll change once we get out. Nope. We are running free tonight. At least until our next job, I'm guessing. Next, what do we have? Prepare a concert. I wonder how we can do that. We'll figure it out eventually, but for now we got some money to spare. So let's look for some more adept magic. Knock knock, Doc. You got anything to say? Well, if it is my dear friend and meal ticket 5-finger discount. Welcome, welcome. I'd like to take your platinum trauma kit and the premium med kit. Thank you. We're done here. At least for now. Now, Orion, you got anything new for me? I think you do. We're gonna need chi casting 5. There it is, martial defense, quick strike, and maybe counter strike. The adept ends their turn but will counterattack with their current weapon when attacked. Maximum of 3 counterattacks per turn. Martial defense 2? No, quick strike. The adept gains a 0 AP cost attack that does 8 damage to the target, pierces up to 2 armor, shares a cooldown with lightning strike. And martial defense 1. The adept gains a light cover bonus against incoming attacks for 4 rounds. I'm gonna be taking all of that. And I think I'm gonna be selling off... No, not magic resistance. But I'm thinking I'll sell off... Killing Hands. Instead I'm gonna be taking... Martial Defense 1. And maybe I'll replace magic resistance with quick strike, but we'll see about that. So, what's your vision for a post-Saito region? Orion visibly brightens at your question. Clearly this is a favorite topic of his. I will tell you, although I do not know when that day will come. Perhaps next month, after a successful assassination. Perhaps several years later, after a grand coup. Perhaps many decades from now, after he has died of old age safely in his bed. In truth, it matters not. The struggle we face now may feel incredibly important, but the actions taken by you or I will not alter the course of history. Implacable forces are at work, and the eventual triumph of metahumans over humankind is inevitable. Can't metahumans and humans coexist? No. Do not mistake me for some sort of racist. I bear no ill will towards the vast majority of humans. But incidents like the Night of Rage on October 25th teach us that conflict is deeply ingrained within us. As long as humans survive, there will be human supremacists. As long as there are human supremacists, there will be strife. As long as there is strife, metahumans will kill humans. And any war between metahumans and humans will ultimately end in victory for my kind. Why are you so confident that metahumans will win? Metahumans are, as a whole, simply superior. Elves are swifter, trolls are sturdier, dwarves have greater resilience. And do not forget that orcs bear significantly more children than any other race. We have the numbers and the abilities. All that humans have on their side is inherited wealth and power, which they are rapidly losing. This will not be a quick process. In the short term, humans will gain and lose power multiple times. But once you expand your timeline to centuries, millennia, you can see the inevitable outcome. Just as Homo sapiens replaced Cro-Magnon man, so metahumans will replace humans. Our time has come. If it doesn't matter, then why work with the Alliance? Because I must. A stone does not choose to fall. It does so because the laws of nature demand it. I am an orc of the 6th world, so the laws of history demand that I fight humans. I cannot resist my fate any more than a stone can choose to remain aloft. I see. Anything else? Yes, but this time, I'm gonna be selling this AK-97, and I am going to be selling Killing Hands. What I'd also like to buy is something better than my current katana, but I am guessing we will need to invest a little more in my melee weapons, because right now it is lacking. See, we need close combat 5 to get either axe or hand-forged katana. And we are 1 karma short for that one, so maybe when we get it, we'll finally upgrade our weapons. Finally. For now, though, let's think about where we can organize the venue. Maybe Croin will help. Of course he won't. Horatio? Also no. And Cora, I imagine, will be of no help as well. Yep. Just as much. Maybe we need to speak to Dorby once again, just to be completely sure. Yeah, so many options, so little karma. Nope, nothing here. And one final trip to the DJ, and after that, I think we can move out to our next objective. Don't look like it. Unfortunate, but time to move on. Deploy your team and prepare to rob the train. It's go time. Funny how I get the option to equip all of these. But I'm gonna be sticking with what I have. Rafik got his own, but at least I can give him a small med kit, and I suppose, no, not Bliss, regular trauma kit. Dorby can get also a med kit, and actually back up. Rafik gets Force 4 element Earth Elemental Fetish. Sable can get Bliss. Not seeing Percy or Dorby, so I'm guessing they will be coming in from another angle. I hope this was not a glitch on the game's end. There we go. Alright, I'm jacking in now. What do you have? Blaster 2.0, Suppression 1.0, Erosion, and Medic. Everything we've had so far, so no need to change any of that. Channel secured. Sound off. Present, in motion in the north. I'll be there soon. I'm all set up here, awaiting a signal to light this up. In position, providing backup. Decked in, keeping a low profile for the moment. I'm on the train. All accounted for. This line is encrypted, but too much activity will draw attention. Keep chatter to a minimum. 5-finger discount. You'll need to get to the cargo car before your train reaches the Caldecott Tunnel. Try to avoid any unnecessary attention. That goes for everyone. If we do this clean and quiet, we get a nice, easy getaway. If we make noise, we get a world of trouble. Report in once the cargo is located. Cora over and out. 5-finger discount out. Did you hear about Taylor Minami? Yeah, poor lady got herself shit-canned for giving their ID to a stranger. Not just shit-canned, poor lady has been dispatched to the Berkeley lab for resource extraction. One way or another, Shiawase will recoup the value they've lost. Ooh, remind me to never trust a stranger with my credentials. The door to the dining car is only open to paying customers. Well, good thing we got some money to spare, so here we go. Rafik will follow us. No need to bash the security guard. But bartender, what do you have on tap? What can I get you? I'm scheduled for a meeting with the executive council, but I got seated in coach by mistake. Can you let me into first class? He eyes you narrowly for a few moments. Sure, though I'm a bit surprised you would have boarded back there. The markings are quite clear. Still, thank you anyway. The guards seem jumpier than usual today. I heard through the grapevine that someone called in a tip from Alameda. A wannabe good Samaritan let a witness walk after taking a train, and that witness squealed. So Shiawase is worried that something is up. Out of precaution, they're keeping an extra close watch on all train-related assets. Who knows what the thieves might take next? A decrepit engine one day, a whole cargo car the next. Maybe I should call in an anonymous tip in my own division. Let's see if that finally gets us some attention from upstairs. This door is secured with a biometric lock, keyed to the fingerprint of Shiawase employees. Fortunately, you happen to be wearing just such a finger. Do they still keep it in? Looks like they do. Knock knock. I'm telling you, man, this whole setup is ridiculous. Look, we have it from Ava herself that some orc is planning to steal it from this very train. You can't get more specific than that. And how did she find out about this supposed heist? Some deep cover source of hers. Look, she wouldn't have gotten where she is if she didn't stay ahead of potential threats, okay? Now look sharp. Evening, officers. The door remains fastened securely shut. The final cargo door is set to remain shut while the train is in motion. That's a good standard practice, but not particularly helpful for our present purposes. I'll snoop around and see if I can remotely unlock it. Hang on a tick. Alright, Sable. Counting on you here. Time to deploy. And blast these away. One more. There we go. Can we get to the alarm control? Does not look like it. Then we're on to the second ambush. More, I suppose, or two more. Yeah, one more shot should be more than enough. There we go. There we go. Second try, but it was worth it. Unlock cargo door. Uh-oh. Trouble? Yeah? Looks like some of the critters down here aren't so happy about all the crap we've been dumping on them for the last few days. I think I've got it under control, but I'll have my hands full for a little while. Holler when you're ready for the boom. Jump to Dorby. Scorpions, hellhounds, about what I'd expected. Come on, you sons of bitches. I'll give you what for. That's right, bunch up. That's exactly what I need. What I don't need is you hitting me over and over. So that's why I got these medkits with me. Come on. Set yourself on fire. Or rather, get set on fire. That was a good strike. Come on, fireball, fireball, fireball 2. There we go. We'll be dead soon enough. One A, 1A, 1A. Come on, come on. Come on! And there it is. There's our prize. You're almost to the Caldecott. How's it looking? The cargo car is secured. Dorby, we need you to work your magic now. Sure. I'll get right in that. Create an earthquake. Try not to die. Or can we create an earthquake, however? Where, oh where? Or rather, the most important question is how? is. That's what we've needed. Just target exactly that. You, however, are not welcome here. Be gone. One more. One more strike. The fault stability must not recover. Absolutely not. And you ugly critters will not stop me. Even with that venom of yours. Now heal yourself up immediately. And continue blasting your way. Come on. Almost there. Almost there. Final shot. Fire in the hole. Here we go. I'm eavesdropping on dispatch. They just issued a hard stop to all rail lines. We've stopped. I'll be there in a minute. Look for 4 magnetic coupling units inside your unit. Deactivate them to separate the car. Uh-oh. I'm getting some more chatter from security on the train. It's scrambled, but it sounds like they are in motion. You might have company soon. Hold them off until I get there. Then we can swap the cars out. Take them down quickly. We can't risk anyone raising an alarm. We're racing against time yet again. And there they are. Rafik, what I'm gonna need you to do is to provide all the fire support you can get. Like that. Absolutely like that. And that dumbass grenadier will also help us with that. Chi focus? Of course we miss both strikes. Well, gun it is then. I cast gun. And time to get you to shut up too. One more. Decouple. Wonderful. Hey, looks like you've been busy in here. Dorby, we're ready for that next little shake of yours. We'll switch the car to our own engine while it's in motion. On it. Or I will be shortly. More earthquakes! And of course, there's more of you. Typical. You didn't even do that much damage. How dare you? I should smite you where you stand with the power of my flamethrower spells. Especially if you keep pulling stunts like these. There we we go, halfway there. What the hell? Fire Drake. There we go. Do not interfere. Fucking damn it. Fine, be that way then. I'll see you burn for this. Dorby, get up. Get up, goddammit, get up! Ah, looks like I should have given her more healing items. Or, wait. Should have gone with restart level. But let's see where we ended last time. Oh, at the start of her segment, huh? Let's see if we can do a little better. If not, we'll load the save. Or rather, restart the level. Never start a flame war with me. There's our Dorby. One more, come on, 83% chance. Like that. $77%. Solid numbers all around, come on. Do not fold just yet. Come on there, come on. Can absolutely do this. Like that. Now it's time to create an earthquake. See, if we were to stand over here, what would we get out of this? Hopefully something good. Need them to stay there and hopefully not blast us with damage like that. on, don't hit me with that venom. Thank you. Now we can throw all the flamethrowers we can at you. After all, that is a Flammenwerfer. It werfs Flammen. That is its sole purpose. Not in life, but just in existence in general. Nobody else yet? Nobody else yet. One more lucky crit is all we'll need. Come on! Alright, just one more hit. That's it. There it is. Let's try the same approach as last time, but oh, this time they're much closer to us. Can't get to them through there, so we'll just do it the old-fashioned way. Does count as an AP? No, it didn't. Which means we're free to blast away. Here comes the Grenadier and the regular security guard. Of course we missed. Why wouldn't we? Come on. Now target the Grenadier. That's what I wanted to see. Now, can you score a good hit on that security? Yep, go Team Shadowrunner. Now, let's try one more with Dorby, and this time, let's not mess it up. We still have both of our medkits, so this should be a little easier. Here comes the Scorpion. So strip armor, flamethrower. Ooh, that's a nasty crit. But we can hit about as hard. Ow. There's the first medkit. Fuck, there's the fire drake. Don't hit me, bro. Don't hit me. Save over here. We can. Let's call it safety. Well, we can just do it like that. That's also fine. And he opens up with a crit. Dorby, don't die here, don't die. Next medkit. course, that asshole also explodes there. But it matters not. We need to keep blasting at the fault. I hope we've sidestepped any more nasty surprises. Otherwise, we are cooked. Thanks, Dorby. She turns to face you, her face glowing with enthusiasm. While they're distracted, we'll snap together the two adjoining cars, then I'll haul us out of here. Piece of cake. Wait, before you start that, I'll wipe out the alarm records. That should conceal any suspicious activity from Shiawase and buy us the time you'll need to make the escape. Good thinking. Good thinking, Sable. Just don't die on me. Just don't die on me yet. More. There we go. Now add this. Get at this blocker. Wipe the alarm. Records done. Next, activate the couplings. Great work, everyone. Now let's get the fuck out of here. The Shiawase's recovery team is en route, but they have only expected it to perform a visual inspection and start the train moving again. Looks like we've covered our tracks nicely. We should have a good 10 minutes or so to make our getaway. Five-finger discount and Percy head back to the new engine and exit through the fifth bore. I'll manage the switches to guide you back to Haverville. I'll head back upstairs. See you all back home. Are you ready to return to Haverville with all your spoils? I sure am. I hope there won't be any nasty surprises waiting for us. It's finished. Your engine rumbles back into Haverville, and with the help of a few eager locals, you quickly unload the cargo car and cover your tracks. Multiple fist bumps and hugs are exchanged between various parties. For the first time since you lost your skin, you feel like you can finally take a breath. Money isn't just a way of keeping score. Money will make your life better in a very concrete way by allowing you to continue living in your new shell. A smile on your face, you stride back to Little York, ready for what comes next. Wow, look at that. Cora lets out a long, low whistle. Where do we start? With this. He tosses you a fistful of certified cred sticks. This is why we started this job in the first place. Thanks for everything, folks. That's just your first taste of the easy money on the train. The real payday is still coming from the cargo you guys seized. It'll take time for us to liquidate everything here, but I'd say we're looking at several million new yen. Hard to tell exactly how much of a lot this stuff is worth. Well, these crates of designer clothes are pretty straightforward. I can find buyers for those all over Oakland. And check out these fetishes. Looks like Aslan gear. That stuff's been impossible to find in Calfrey since the embargo. We'll need to sell it on the black market, but that alone will be worth a fortune. Oh look, some Dock Wagon Man supplies. It's a condensed serum of some sort. I'll take a sample over to Haverville Docks and see what we can get for it. Might patch myself up while I'm at it. Run along, Gallus. By the time you're all healed up, we should have this mess cleaned up. Then it'll be time to party. Out we go then. Oh, they're hitting us with the main menu music. You know something big is about to happen. Or they're just underscoring how triumphant this whole thing feels. But if there was a mole, who was the mole, and why would it be our good doctor? Ah, welcome! Rafik sent word that you nearly had my payment in hand, so I offered to drop by and perform the operation outside of normal business hours. It's the least I could do for you. So after this transaction, we're clear, correct? From my perspective, yes. Of course, if you'd like to exchange Christmas cards, I'd be more than willing. I feel like the luckiest lady in the world. 2 major surgeries in a few weeks. I'll just take that. Now let's get started. The sound of my voice. Hello? What? Ah, welcome back. Such a pleasure to have you amongst the living once more. You try not to look at the copious amounts of blood Dr. Toller is wiping from her hands. You perform a quick inspection of all your extremities. All there and as good as new, arguably better even. The acclimatizers dove right in and are doing their work as we speak, convincing your body that your skin is, well, your skin. Do you know how much new young rich old ladies pay to get younger skin? It's ridiculous. Many would say that you got a bargain here. I'll try to look on the bright side. That's the spirit. You're as young as they feel, and in your case, 3 years younger than that. Now run along to your friends. You've been out for most of the day. I think they have something special planned for you. Oh, and tell Rafik that I installed these cyber limbs he ordered for Cora. Actually, he'll probably notice it on his own. Well, pass along my appreciation for his patronage. Between the two of you, I've made quite a killing today. Whoa. That was a jump. Return home and celebrate. Anyone else to speak to? Orion seems to be absent. So maybe it was he who is the mole, who's been the mole all along. We'll find out soon enough, I'm sure of that. The merchants... Well, the magical merchant is absent, which is also somewhat suspicious. Surprise! Cora blows loudly into a noisemaker, goes, "Bwee!" Look at what we did for you. Hope you enjoy it. I brought DJ Omphalos all the way out from Reading to make some beats for us. Figured we would be in the mood to party after a job like this. Whoa, Cora has even started to float after that. So, Sable? I'm not ordinary one for parties, but I'll gladly make an exception tonight. Sable lets out an uncharacteristic whoop and starts dancing in tune to the music. This is a time for trying new things, drinking and dancing. Who knows what else the night might bring? We couldn't have done this without you. Oh, great job back there. What a thrill. The combination of knowns and unknowns, planning and improvisation, intelligence and passion. If I'd known heists could be this invigorating, I would have become involved in them long before. To think of all the time I wasted with petty street thuggery. I can hardly wait to see our next venture. With the valuable experience we've gained from this attempt, I imagine we will gain even greater success in our next job. To 5-finger discount, to the Caldecott gang, to whatever comes next. Sable continues to dance. He still isn't very good at it, but that doesn't dampen his enthusiasm in the slightest. Rafik? Whoa, we did it! It's been some time since you've seen Rafik this drunk. He's clearly been celebrating in your honor for some time. We sure showed those corporate slags a thing or two. That'll teach them to underpay us and treat us like crap. You and me, friend, we showed the world not to mess with us. We make a great team. Hells yes, we do. I knew it as soon as I first met you, Five-Finger Discount. There are so few people in this world we can trust. I'm glad I found one of the good ones. Percy got nothing to say. On to Dorby. Hey you, thanks for the job. Life has been a bit boring ever since the excitement up in Shasta, and I've really enjoyed running with you. What will you be up to next? I've got a really nice little power base developing here. The mayoral election is coming up next year, and if I spread around some of that dough from our job, I think I have a good shot at winning it. And after that, well, who knows what a charismatic and beautiful young dwarf with the resources of Haverville at her disposal will accomplish. What was your favorite part of the heist? Oh, definitely the part where I nearly got torn apart by ravening hellbeasts. That never gets old. Next to that, causing a fragging earthquake. They put those in the history books, you know. I'm just so excited that I've actually made my mark in the world. In a very literal way. Keep in touch. Of course, you too. And now we can speak to Percy. We did it! Never thought anything related to a train would be so much fun, but here we are. Why haven't I tried the crime before? Gotta say it's exhilarating. It was thrilling to see you in action. I can't wait to do it again. Only let's not do a train next time. An airplane would be pretty sweet. I've already got some ideas on how to pull it off too. And of course I want to make sure I do it with you. Slinging an arm around you, she playfully runs her fingers down your spine, then pulls you in close. I need to make that new skin of yours out for a test drive, huh? See how well it handles. Sighing happily, Percy rests in your arms. The room around you seems to dissolve into warmth as you silently share each other's presence. Well, aren't you something? Why don't we... that is, I feel... What do you feel? You watch in horror as Percy's body spasms, sending rivulets of blood arcing across the room. In a matter of seconds, every visible inch of her skin has turned a bright crimson. You can feel the wetness dripping from your own face, but all your attention is focused on the body beneath you. We need to stop this. Ah, I see you've started the party without us. I wanted to thank you for saving us the trouble of delivery and bringing our shipment back to Haverville by yourselves. Did you do this? We have a trog problem in Haverville. Some of our friends across the bay share the same concerns, and they've been working on a solution to trogs. That's some nice stuff that Shiawase Biotech has invented. Top-of-the-line healing serum approved by Doc Wagon and everything. Only this package has got a little surprise in it. I won't spoil the secret, but we'd been wondering if it would actually work, and, well, let's just say that Percy here is Exhibit A. Consider us impressed. Now, where have you hidden the rest of those medical supply crates? No matter. After we'd have disposed of you, we have all the time in the world to finish the job. That's fucking dense! Hell hath no fury like a woman scorned. You'd be wise to remember that. And I'll make sure you all die screaming. Cora, what can you pull out? Buckler and Koch, HK 227 with a Smart Link. Well, there goes the DJ. Sorry, but sometimes this happens. And sometimes we clap back at them. If you insist. Sorry about that, Sable. Cut them all down. Scour you all from my town. Take them down! More of you, huh? Well, ain't you a sight for sorry eyes? Always remember to geek the mage first. Come on now, me. Surely you can do better than that. Come on, Dorby. Everyone, get it together. We are not letting them overpower us. Not now. Nor ever. Oh fuck, they got Dorby. Can we rewind, because I do not want to see her dead. Let's see what was the last save. Rewind? No. Just load. Because I do not want to lose any more people from this party. Especially not Dorby or anyone else for that matter. Yeah, looks like we're just gonna go through all of that first things first. I will be a little silent at the upcoming moment. Or rather, at the upcoming fight, because we've already seen the surprise twist. Yep, there it is. There's the jump again. In we go. We'll say our greetings, and then it's dance time. Alright, let's do this again. Make way! I need to examine her body! Okay, so the good doctor was not in on this whole thing. She kneels beside Percy's body, pressing her ear near her mouth. She's still alive, but in such pain. It's like she's been torn apart from the inside out, tissue unraveling before our eyes. I need solutions! It has to be some sort of biological weapon. It struck so suddenly it must have been introduced into her system very recently. Perhaps on your recent adventure. I need to get Percy over to my clinic immediately. If I can induce a coma, I may be able to put the body into deep freeze and let her brain and keep her brain alive while we look for the source of the infection and try to find a cure. This is awful. I can't even respond to this anymore. At least Toller can take Percy back to the clinic. Hopefully that buys us some time. Croyn mentioned Shiawase Biotech. Whatever this monstrous stuff is, it came from there. Or at least they know about it. We need to get back to San Francisco immediately. We don't know how much time Percy has left to live. +1 action point. Your experience has increased your ability to operate in dangerous situations. Order equipment. Search for a cure. Now, as for the magical gear, what do we got? I think it's finally time we get Whooshing Line Coat. To replace our old shamanic garb. But this is as good of a time as any. A bit of a cliffhanger, I know. To end this stream for now. Croyn left one clue slip. Shiawase is somehow connected to whatever just happened. You might be able to find answers at their office back in San Francisco. It may be some time before you have a chance to restock. Make sure you have purchased any necessary equipment and upgraded your crew prior to heading out. So that's what we're going to do the next stream. For now though, we're leaving on a hell of a cliffhanger. I hope you're liking this story. And yeah, take your time to process all of that, because that was intense. And on that note, I'd like to thank you all for coming. And I will hopefully see you tomorrow. A bit of an irregular time, but we'll be doing Community Night with Kix. We'll be playing Halo Wars Definitive Edition. Once again, on that note, I'd like to thank you all for coming, and I will see you all next time. Peace out.